Having a home you love is part of the American dream. Whether you dream of creating one from the ground up or just want to make renovations on an existing structure, bringing your vision into reality is going to require the services of an architect. For this, Hampton's area residents call on W.A. Sclight Architect, a full-service architectural firm that's been making Hampton's homeowners happy for 20 years. I had an opportunity to meet with the firm's founder and principal architect, Bill Sclight, to find out more.
Some architectural firms, it's just architecture. In the case of my firm, I'm able to offer, the design and the working drawings and the permitting and that aspect of the job. But beyond that, the firm offers interior design. We also work with landscape architects in the area. I'm available for consultations to local real estate people, so that if they're showing a home, I will look at the home with their potential buyer and can give them an evaluation about the potential for that home, whether they want to enlarge it, what the condition of the structure is, and also even what zoning issues may come up if they intend to buy the home and they need to enlarge it.
So who are the majority of your clients? Are they residential or commercial, or is it a combination of both?
Primarily the work is residential. I have had a couple of commercial projects over the years, and in fact there's a fairly large one that's in the works right now and near the end of the permitting process. But 99% of my clients are residential, and given that this is a resort community, you might say that it's high-end residential. I've done projects, and in fact I'm involved in one right now, of 10,000 square foot houses. Some of my clients are as small as 1,800 square feet house.
What would you say is unique about the services you provide?
I really do a great deal to really listen to what the needs of the client are. It's more than just having them come in and say to me, well, I want to have a 4,000 square foot house, and I like traditional design. I go much further with that. The interview process and the way that we really develop the relationship with each other is extremely important. And if you think about it, when a client hires an architect, what the two of them are really engaging in is a several-year-long relationship. A relationship where they really have to, especially the architect, has to get to know the client, how the client imagines their new house to be, how they're going to live in it, what their family needs are, what the future may hold for their family.
The past 4 years, my wife Beth and I have been fortunate enough to live in this house that Bill Sclight designed for us. From the moment we met Bill, we knew he was the architect for us, and he put us through this wonderful experience of building a home, and we couldn't be any happier.
When I design my homes, I am very concerned not just the way the house looks from the outside. Every aspect of the house, each elevation, the north, south, east, west, is an important part of the building. There's no secondary side of the building. There's no giveaway. The inside is also very important, so that each room gives you an element of delight, has an aspect to it that makes it special and inviting. And the interior of the house, as you look through the windows, frames those views and provides that emotional experience. And of course, the inside of that room should direct you to that, should enhance it, should provide something about that gives it some special feeling and gives you an emotional response.
I think people do think that architecture is what the outside of the house looks like. But equally important is how you bring that same feeling to the inside of the house by using materials, finishes, whether it's tiles or flooring or paint, to really coordinate the entire aspect of the vocabulary of the house so that it flows from outside to inside and you get one look. And I work really closely with Bill so that I can explore all the possibilities that are available, considering the client's taste as well as what we're doing with the outside of the building.
What associations do you belong to, and what role do they play in what you do?
The primary thing I think that is most important is my association with the American Institute of Architects. This is the professional organization for architects. The East End chapter meets once a month. We get together, the local architects. We talk about zoning issues, and have led me, in some cases, to appear before local town boards, either in opposition to or in favor of zoning changes, and how they would affect my potential clients.
Do most people have a clear vision of what they want to create, or do you have to help them with that?
I think people have a sense of what they want. I have to help them express it, and I have to express it for them in my drawings. So I have to really help them to verbalize it, I have to help them perhaps in either having them show me images or me show them images. I take them to projects that I've done.
Bill, you have 20 years in this business. What have you learned over that past 20 years, and how do you bring that into the work that you do, and how do your clients benefit from it?
Working in this area for that time, I've also come to know who the local builders are, who is good, who can provide quality, who can provide something on time, who has the honesty to do the job, who is adept at having a good relationship with the client. I also understand and know the local building officials and the local town officials. So I understand what the codes are, what laws are important, how they're being enforced, how to get things through the approval process. Sometimes a client comes and they want something, and there may be restrictions that would prevent them from doing it. I also know how far within the limits I can go. The law isn't necessarily written that restrictively, and that there are elements in there. If you know how to use it, you can take it to those limits. And I'm able to explain things to people in a way that I think that their mind's eye can see what I'm explaining. And I think that it gives them confidence in what I can do. It also, I think, excites them and brings them into the design and makes them feel a part of it. They're given visual things, they're given descriptions, they're able to give me direction that I can understand and interpret for them as a building.
To use your word, Bill, your delight for what you do really shines through, and I can see that it would be a real pleasure to work with you.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
With over 20 years of experience and a talented team that includes architects, landscapers, and interior design, you could be living in the home of your dreams when you call W.A. Sclight Architect. We're sure you'll be glad you did. Reporting from the Hamptons, I'm Janice Marie.
Thank you for joining us on this special edition of Close Up on America's Business.